Antonio cannot clinch, but they can be on the verge of the fan-created trophy. They can also go top of the West. We're underway in Texas. San Antonio hosting RGV. An enormous game for the Toros to try and get into the postseason picture. Mitchell Taintor. Knocked down by Patiño. Kept away from Hernández on the slide by Benítez, the Venezuelan left back in this system of three for RGV. A little bit of space here. Cole Frame making his championship debut on loan from North Carolina. Of course, if he had stuck around, North Carolina was going to go to the championship too. Francois slips it through. Chance off the crossbar and in. Ian Cerro. RGV with a shocking opening salvo. 1-0 on the road.
Transitional in behind, or as they moved up high, compress the field, get 30-35 yards and in, and add layers to the attack. I said to Wilma Cabrera, said to you, if you can get into that space and all of a sudden horizontally start to provide options, that's where you can go and sting this defense. Notice the depth that they provide.
Forward from Garcia. Gomez, touched out by José Torres, former U.S. international. Jorge Hernández delivers, ball knocked down and swiped into the net. The response is instantaneous from San Antonio FC.
My question is he in an offside position? It's really close, I'll tell you what. Cole Frame at the bottom of your screen as he slips in behind. That touch right there, it looks like he just kept him on. Just steps right in front of the defender. The slide over by Riton Dale doesn't happen.
What a story, Jordan Farr. He wasn't that far away from contemplating retirement. Was the top goalkeeper in NAIA at Corbin University, on to Indy 11, where he finally started to sneak into the 11, no pun intended, more consistently. End up in San Antonio out of an emergency basis. Look at this. Rida Zouhir scores! 3 goals in 2 games. The Canadian is on fire. 2-1 San Antonio.
Still stout on the defensive front, but the numbers that they add going forward are pretty impressive. The one-on-one situations, the way that they play off of each other. Tani Oluwaseyi is grabbing the headlines, but do not sleep on Rida Zouhir. The man who hails from Montreal, he was on loan with the U23s, on loan now with San Antonio, 2 last week. Club the foot, Montreal, bring him back and give him a shot at the midfield.
He could be really impactful for them. Hernández hangs this up for Oluwaseyi, and Derek siphons it off on the goal line.
That's the credit to Hernández, who's able to retreat and help out defensively. You don't often see Shin and Gomez let someone get in behind.
Cerro on the first time. Straight off the training ground and straight at Jordan Farr. Oluwaseyi twice
come in, but as they've been pinned in deeper, they're having a bit more trouble tracking some of the runners. Now the good news is, Mike, is they haven't gotten anything out of it. The bad news is that wave of attacks and the versatility of which Alan Marcina and San Antonio are willing to bring it.
It could be Zouhir with a thunderbolt. Hernández quaffing this over the top. Hernández steps over, so it is Zouhir off the post. Taintor taps it home. But it is offside.
Well, certainly an impressive strike here from Rida Zouhir, who, although this is certainly farther out, catches this on the instep, dips right in front of the goalkeeper.
Jorge Hernández did go for goal, lined it off the bottom of the wall. He sort of scoffed / laughed it off with us, now in hindsight. Oh, that's going to fall for Hernández. Hernández got the shot away. It's bobbled, but maintained by Derek. Turn Ritondale up to Hayes. Oh, look at this. Allowed out by Gomez on the dummy.
With some of that beautiful footwork that can be. Welcome to the party.
Lindres, who was one of the best scorers in League One last year. Frank Lopez did spend a brief stint, 2 stints at San Antonio. 2018 and 2019, Dev, he was scoring like crazy. 27 goals in a 2-year span. But he's struggled to recapture that form, and he's found himself on the outside looking into the 18 a handful of games in a row before tonight. That's going to stay in play.
Get up to the speed of play. And so on the right-hand flank, we've seen a lot of Frank Nodarse and him kind of being aggressive on the right, because they're not really playing with a right-sided wingback right now. They've compressed Davila into the inside, so there's 4. Davila, Wilmer Cabrera Jr., José Torres, and Juan David Cabezas down underneath. But even as we look now, notice the right-hand flank. It's wide open. They just want this back 3 and Nodarse to come up off, try and give some support, and then let one of the midfielders rotate out to help continue the move going forward.
There's the aforementioned Davila. Davila, bouncing ball, back heel from Lopez, got turned away. Garcia in the mix, Torres! That's blocked. And now San Antonio the other direction. There's the speed of Tani, Oluwaseyi! And Derek, well outside his penalty area, able to deflect that with the body. San Antonio moves to the top of the Western Conference. They win this Copa Tejas fixture over RGV, 2-1.